All right, here we are with the special edition Nintendo Switch. This is the OLED version, but more importantly, this is the Nintendo Switch Pokémon Scarlet and Violet edition. Box is pretty nice looking. You can see all the various designs. I don't yet have an OLED Switch. This is the first one I've picked up, so we're looking forward to that. Nice little instructions on the box. Even nice attention to detail. Even on this little piece here, you have a little Pokemon guy. Fresh out the box. You can see the Joy-Con are very nice. Again, it's kind of a purple color with the emblem for, I believe, the violet one. Yeah, violet, yeah. And here is the Scarlet version. Oh, even on the back they got designs. Yeah, this one also has designs on the back. And then, oh wow. The Switch itself has a lot of designs. Very nice. And of course, the OLED version of the Switch has a much improved kickstand, which you can pop up like this to hold the fella up. There we go. So let's just check this guy out. There are some booklets in here. Just required stuff, health and safety. Nothing you're really going to worry yourself too much about. So it comes with an HDMI cable, Nintendo Switch power cable, so USB-C on the other end. Oh, this little guy. This one doesn't have decoration, but you know, if you wanted to use your Joy-Cons as like a controller, you just slot them in here. I've had a Switch for many years. I've never actually used this before, but I also never played in tabletop edition, but last kickstand sucked, so this one seems pretty good, so maybe I would use it. And of course, to get out of here, you got to push this little button and it slides back up. And you can see, right, if you wanted to put these guys on the Switch itself, looks very nice there. And on the back, of course, the design comes together very nice. All right, and then still in the box is the dock. And I must say, they did a really nice job on this dock. Oh, there are a couple more pieces in here. This is my first OLED Switch, so of course I'm also kind of excited to see how it looks differently. This is just like a little slot here, but oh, that pops right off. And it's nice to see the Ethernet cable is built into the dock this time. Last time it was not. You had to buy a separate USB adapter, but for the OLED one, it's built right into it. HDMI out, and then the AC adapter. And then there's two USB ports on the side if you want to plug in USB items. But a little poke ball here, I guess, is what that design is. I don't know if the normal version has this little hole. I guess it does it has to have it for the Ethernet cable, so that makes sense. But it's a nice little touch to have that design there. And of course, we have our Scarlet and Violet here. The black seems like it's like on the bottom slightly rubberized to keep it steady, but now you can see when you drop it in here, of course, it's gonna look nice. And then you got these guys, also another nice touch. They're color-coded cords here. Yeah, so if you want to, use it like this, which I have big hands, but I've never used these like that, but it's nice to see they are color coordinated. Purple for this side. I guess it's violet, but yeah. So again, very nice designs here, of course, but again, I've never used these. All right, so let's get it back on the Switch here itself. Your micro SD card would fit back in here. Physical games would fit in this top piece here. And of course we have a headphone jack, volume, and the power button here. Let's see if we have any juice. Oh, we do have some. Well, as someone that's never owned the OLED Switch, I will say the screen is immediately noticeably different. The quality is super noticeable right off the bat, right? So I don't know how that's going to show, but we have setup. We choose America's, pretty standard stuff. And of course it is touchscreen. Other than that, it went purple when I moved it. Yeah, it's purple.
Oh, it's purple.
Well, that's a pretty nice little touch. I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, it's Scarlet and purple. That's pretty nice. All right, so we're connected. So I can't connect to a TV. I'll have to get a screen over here. I'm not gonna do that just yet. We'll do that later. That just shows how to use the tabletop. Of course, we know that already. Now we gotta add a user to it. All right, so we just logged in. This is my son's Switch, so use the QR code from his phone, logged in, synced it up, setup's complete. Press the home button. The Switch is what it is, but it does seem annoying that it doesn't come with an actual game or anything, right? Because you do pay a little bit more for special edition. Now we did buy this game, which we'll set up, the Scarlet and Violet double pack. It does not come with it. You'd think they would sell them together, but they don't. So as far as special editions go, we also have the Fortnite special edition Switch, which really they didn't try too hard on this one. This is nice little detail, but this was just straight up yellow. And there are like sorted details on the back and on the dock, but nowhere near to the level that this one does, which is way nicer. So we'll do some updates and get it up and running. We'll take a look, but you can see, like I said, we have a lot of Pokemon back here. So these are all the new Pokemon from the new game. We're gonna get the game set up and we'll check it out. Again, the game didn't come with this. We bought the game separately, but it doesn't mean you can't play the game on here, right? So yeah, pretty good. Standard Switch stuff. If you never had a Switch, you should definitely get one. They are very nice. I've used mine for many years. Yeah, the OLED screen is instantly noticeably better. So we will need updates update, of course, anytime you get it. But yeah, I mean, you can instantly tell the screen difference. My son just came down here to log in, and he immediately made a comment about it. And of course, his kickstand is also drastically better. Is that we never played it in tabletop mode too often because the last kickstand sucked, but this one's pretty good. So I gotta say, I'll probably get myself an OLED Switch pretty soon because this is pretty great. One thing I wanted to do is test the Wi-Fi. Let me do an internet speed test. The last one had pretty slow Wi-Fi. I don't know if the OLED's any better or not, so still probably slow Wi-Fi connection.
Wow.
I mean, it's fine for running games, of course. You got 12.7 down and 7.4, but I do have gigabit internet and Wi-Fi 6E in my house. This doesn't have Wi-Fi 6E built into it, of course, so it'll be just fine. But of course, when possible, you do want to use it with the dock with the Ethernet plugged in if that's an option for you, and that'll be much better internet experience. So, all right, let me get some things updated. Oh, you can also update the controllers. Let's go to controllers. No, it's always backwards. But I do like how that does recognize what color the controllers are. It's very nice. And we go to system settings again. Controllers and sensors, and then scroll down, you can update controllers. All right, there we go. So let me get some more stuff set up and we'll give you some more thoughts on it.
All right, so first thing, do a little speed test. We're wired now with Ethernet. We're gonna test that. We only got 12 something down when we went wireless. Yeah, so 52 down and 17 up from wired. That's pretty good.
All right, so here we are. We've had a little bit more time with this Switch. We got some stuff downloaded on it, of course, in addition to Fortnite and Cat Quest. So now we do have Ethernet plugged in. So you can see in the back how this new Switch looks. The OLED dock works. Well, the cords will come out this little piece here, and then the Pokeball decoration, which is very nice. But let's go ahead and test. I'm gonna check a couple things out. One, we're gonna make sure we're gonna do a speed test, and we're testing it wired. Let's see if the Ethernet's any faster on this new dock as opposed to the old dock. So we got 552 down and 18 up using Ethernet.
Wow.
And of course, with the new dock, you have it built into the dock itself. So again, on the original Switch dock, we didn't have an Ethernet port built in. So you had to use this USB adapter that you had to buy separately, which is annoying. And it was gigantic. Like here's a standard one for like a ThinkPad, and here's the size of the Nintendo Switch one, which really makes no sense. I mean, this can work for a laptop. Why does the Switch need this big giant honking dongle? And it's just showing USB 2.0, whereas like this could be USB. So maybe it's the size, I don't know. It doesn't seem right to me, but either way, we'll plug it into the USB 3.0 port and we'll test it on the dock. So as you said, we have the 55 down and 18 up. So let's take the Switch out. Let me disconnect all the cords from this guy here. So yeah, so we had to plug in the USB port here, we'll plug in our HDMI, and then we'll plug in the AC adapter power. So now we have the old Switch plugged in. We're gonna check a couple things here. First, we'll just make sure the OLED Switch works with the old dock. So say you have more than one dock like I do, you wanna make sure it works in multiple locations. So you get the green light so you know it's charging. And there we go. So we're working just fine. All right, and just to be sure, we'll go ahead and check to make sure the dock has an update. And it's already up to date, no problem. So let's go back to internet. Now currently we're on Wi-Fi, so let's test it over Wi-Fi again. Still the OLED here. My original Switch is here. Very cool looking device. So again, we're only getting 12 down and 12 up over Wi-Fi with the OLED. Now we'll plug it in to the Ethernet dock. Also no lights on this thing. Most Ethernet adapters will tell you when there's lights when there's connectivity, but this one doesn't. All right, and still showing Wi-Fi here, but we'll see if it connects to the, now it's on Ethernet. All right, so now let's go to system settings, go back to our internet. So again, new OLED Switch inside the old original dock. This is a dock sock on it to help protect screen, but as you can tell, it's the old dock with the old Ethernet adapter. Just trying to see if there's any faster Ethernet on the OLED dock. I mean, technically, I think we got faster speed on the old dock, but it's within range, right? You know, it's 53 and 20. I think it was 52 and 17, so no major differences there, but pretty good. So now, let's take a look at the screens on these two bad boys, side by side. So here is the OLED. So I don't know how much that's coming across on camera, but side by side, it is a drastic difference. All right, I crank the brightness all the way up here. Yeah, you can just see side by side. One, the squares are bigger for here because the screen's bigger, so the tiles are individually bigger. Yeah, maybe not so noticeable on camera. I don't know how it's gonna come across, but with my eyeballs, it's a drastic difference between the two, right? But as far as Joy-Cons, I believe they're the same Joy-Cons, right? There should be no difference. Yeah, you can put the old Joy-Cons. It even shows purple here, so you can put the old Joy-Cons on the OLED. You can swap them all around, so there's no big deal there. Yeah. It shows red because this was originally red. I changed the plate, but it was originally a red Switch, so, or the blue and red from the original. All right, and then the only thing else I noticed on it's like an orange in there, and then like grapes in here. So yeah, I mean, I think it's just a really good looking Switch, and it does kind of make me want an OLED Switch. And of course, the old Switch fits in the new dock just fine too. So if you have multiple Switch eyes in your house, and you have multiple docks, like I have a dock. I have one on my desk, I have one on my son's desk, and I have a dock on the TV in the upstairs living room. So all right, I mean, I guess that's about it. I don't know what else to show here. If you're a big time Pokemon fan, I would say this is probably the best looking Switch you can possibly get. If you're in the market for an OLED Switch, definitely get OLED. And one of these cool designs are pretty, they have a Splatoon one as well, but that's about the only fancy designs they have. If you don't have a Switch at all, you should get one. They're pretty great. I've had this one for many years and I love it. And the OLED is that much nicer. The dock alone is substantially nicer. Having the Ethernet built into it makes it easier to set things up. So yeah, I mean, I guess the big thumbs up here. We like it. All right, I guess that's it. Thanks for checking me out.